You know that feeling when everything is just too much? Well, let's dive right into this explainer today because we are unpacking a deeply spiritual message designed entirely to offer you some serious solace when life just feels way too heavy. If you've been desperately searching for a safe harbor in the middle of whatever storm you're facing, you are absolutely in the right place. We're going to break down a source text that is fundamentally about finding refuge, restoring your hope, and truly recognizing your own inherent worth through this beautiful lens of profound, unconditional love.
We really need to start right here, by speaking directly to that deep exhaustion and those hidden battles you might be facing right this very minute. What I love about this message is that it doesn't sugarcoat things or shy away from the harsh realities of life. It asks a vital question, validating those heavy, sinking feelings of being totally lost or just surrounded by conflict. It acknowledges that, hey, sometimes life leaves you feeling absolutely drained, right? Enslaved by anxiety, consumed by baseless fears. It understands that the world can be incredibly cruel and that past betrayals might have completely extinguished your joy or your drive to keep pushing forward. So if you are feeling that crushing weight today, this explainer is meant directly for you.
Notice the incredible empathy pouring out of the text here. It's telling you that your silent struggles, they are fully seen and understood. The text specifically highlights those quiet, desperate moments, the tears that dampen your pillow late at night, as you literally plead for the courage and strength just to face another morning. It also beautifully recognizes the times you've selflessly knelt down to pray for your family or for your friends, while rarely, if ever, asking for anything for yourself. It's such a powerful reminder that your deeply personal pain and your quiet, behind-the-scenes acts of love for others absolutely do not go unnoticed.
And this brilliantly illustrates the massive emotional shift the text promises. It's a vivid, night-and-day transformation. Maybe yesterday, your legs trembled at the mere thought of adversity, and you were just gripped by fear and uncertainty. But the promise here, it's that you are being equipped right now to step directly into steadfast determination. Where there was fear, you're going to possess faith. Where there was crippling uncertainty, you will possess an unshakable resolve. It's a complete 180-degree pivot from feeling like a helpless victim of circumstance to standing tall, ready to conquer literally any obstacle in your path.
At the very core of this message is this profound reassurance that you are secure, sheltered, and deeply loved, especially in your darkest, most isolated moments. The text insists, without a doubt, that this is an unshakable truth, that you are never, ever truly alone. Even when your own friends and family seem distant, or when it feels like your life is just slipping right through your fingers, there is a constant, loving gaze resting on you day and night. It's an open invitation to trust completely and to just allow yourself to be loved and held securely.
To back up that massive promise, the text offers some pretty incredible reassurances. It guarantees that literal mountains of problems will absolutely crumble before you. It speaks of adversaries being defeated and supernatural miracles taking place in your life just to clear your path forward. It even promises an expanded spiritual understanding, which is kind of like getting a bird's-eye view, allowing you to see way beyond your current confusion to the much greater plans of goodness that are prepared for you. The overarching takeaway here? Absolutely nothing and no one can steal your ultimate victory as long as you maintain your faith and your loyalty.
So the crucial point we arrive at is figuring out how to actively step into this piece. We really need to pivot from just sitting back and receiving passive comforts to active participation. This message doesn't just pat you on the back with warm words, it actually outlines a specific framework for you to follow. It asks a direct question. What must you do today, like right now, in this moment, to calm your racing soul and banish that anxiety for good? Well, the answer lies in a super clear, 3-step action plan designed to ground all this spiritual comfort directly into your daily routine. Step 1 is to surrender your heart completely. Step 2 is to practice deep, heartfelt gratitude. And Step 3 is to take this message of love and share it with others. Let's break each of these down a bit, because understanding the mechanics of this transformation is an absolute game changer. All right, diving into the first step, we see this call for total, sincere surrender without holding anything back. And what's really fascinating here is how the source text clarifies the whole reason for this surrender. It explicitly states that the divine purpose is solely to grant you an abundant life filled with love and care. It emphasizes, I have never intended to inflict punishments or trials upon you for your pain. Actually, scratch that old idea that you're just meant to suffer. If you only surrender partially, the text warns, your life is just going to get tossed about by the waves and storms. True stability? That comes from giving your heart completely, trusting that the ultimate plan for you is prosperity, not punishment.
Now, the second step introduces this incredibly profound psychological and spiritual tool. It asks you to dedicate some time in silence, maybe just close your eyes for a second or raise your hands, and compile a list of your blessings. And get this, even if you genuinely believe you have 0 blessings in your life right now, the text urges you to give thanks simply for your ability to give thanks. That act of gratitude acts like a healing balm for the soul. It literally removes the blindfold obscuring your vision. By just being thankful for the air in your lungs, the tough challenges you've survived, and even your own resilience when you look in the mirror, you throw the door wide open to experiencing significant miracles and changes.
The final step asks you to take all this hope and spread it outward. It recognizes a pretty poignant truth. A lot of the people around you might appear perfectly fine and content on the outside, right? But inside, their souls are secretly carrying immense suffering, teetering right on the edge of despair. By sharing the peace and happiness that fills you, you become a literal beacon for them. The text notes that sure, some people might laugh or ridicule you, but the hearts of those who truly hear you, they will ache for what you have found, because they desperately need to know that they are loved and cherished too.
Ultimately, walking through these 3 steps leads you to a state of absolute safety, what the text calls a divine refuge. Just imagine walking into a place where you are so deeply loved, where your soul is nourished like a hungry little bird, and where you are treated as a beloved child wearing royal garments. It's a vivid picture. In this most beautiful place in the universe, you have your very own secure spot deep within the Creator's heart. And honestly, the greatest comfort offered here is the absolute guarantee that from this place, nothing and no one will ever be able to uproot you.
This brings us to a massive shift in how you view yourself. We have got to stop dwelling on past mistakes or holding on to this toxic belief that we deserve terrible consequences. Instead, you are instructed to walk as a conqueror in what the text boldly calls a conquered world. You are a child of the Almighty, equipped with supernatural strength. It specifically advises you to not be guided by those temporary, confusing emotions or the daily barrage of bad news, but to step firmly into the light as someone who is quite literally destined for victory.
And I love this, because it highlights the incredibly practical, real-world relief promised in this message. We aren't just talking about abstract emotional comfort here. It touches on the heavy, tangible burdens of daily life, specifically mentioning the removal of anxiety and debt. But to receive this, the text advises incredible patience. It warns against reacting impulsively to stressful situations fueled by emotion, rushing ahead, or making major life decisions without consulting this divine guidance. Trust in a perfect timing that is actively arranging circumstances behind the scenes for you, so that when the time is right, you'll step into your blessings effortlessly.
We wrap up this explainer with a powerful, direct challenge straight from the text. Do you believe and do you love me? The message promises that the moment you offer your sincere response to this question, a great miracle will be performed right within you. It's a lingering, beautiful question designed to leave you feeling empowered, peaceful, and ready to walk confidently into the light. So take a deep breath, let go of that massive weight you've been carrying around, and step forward into your victory. Thank you so much for joining me today on this journey through such an incredibly encouraging message.